Hi children, this is Mrs. Cecilia, your English ma'am. Are you ready to watch the animation children? Yesterday I have told you how can Shanu be too big, too small all at once. Let's watch video.
Too big, too small. I can't lift you up, Shanu, says Ammi. You are too big,
You can't walk to school alone, Shanu.
says Abbu.
You are too small. You can't sleep in the baby's cot, Shanu.
Says Dadu.
You are too big.
You can't carry the baby to the park, Shanu, says Dadi. You are too small. Shanu is puzzled. Too big? Too small? How can she be too big and too small all at once? Too big to wear her old pink frock. Too small to make dosas at the stove. Too big to climb up on Dadu's back. Too small to carry the baby on hers.
What am I the right size for?
Shanu wonders. Ammi smiles and says, Why, you are just big enough to go to big school.
And you are just small enough for me to carry you on my shoulders.
Says Abbu.
You are just big enough to take me for my morning walks.
Says Dadu. And you are just small enough for me to tell stories to, says Dadi.
And you will always be the perfect size for this.
All say and give her a warm, wonderful hug. Read this picture story about Shanu, who is too big or too small to do things. I can't lift you up, Shanu, says Ammi. You are too big. You can't walk to school alone, Shanu, says Abbu. You are too small. You can't sleep in the baby's cot, Shanu, says Dadu. You are too big. You can't carry the baby to the park, Shanu, says Dadi. You are too small. Shanu is puzzled. Too big? Too small? How can she be too big and too small all at once? Too big to wear her old pink frock. Too small to make dosas at the stove. Too big to climb up on Dadu's back. Too small to carry the baby on hers. And you are just small enough for me to tell stories to, says Dadi. And you will always be the perfect size for this, all say, and give her a warm, wonderful hug.
I hope you understood the story well and enjoyed watching the video and reading the picture story. Now, answer the questions, children. Take out your SP book, open page number 35, and I am reading the section A. Answer these questions. There are 5 questions. You have just watched the video and read the story, so you should give me answers for these questions. I am reading the first question now. What are the things that Shanu was too big for? What are the things that Shanu was too big for? Now I am giving the answer. Listen carefully. I think you are saying along with me. Shanu was too big to lift it up, to sleep in the baby's cot, to wear her old pink frock, and to climb up on Dadu's back. There are 4 things that Shanu was too big for. Number 1, she was too big to be lifted up. Repeat after me, children. She was too big to be lifted up. Number 2, to sleep in the baby's cot. Repeat after me, children. To sleep in the baby's cot. Number 3, to wear her old pink frock. To wear her old pink frock. And number 4, to climb upon Dadu's back. To climb upon Dadu's back. Now I am reading the second question. What are the things that Shanu was too small for? I repeat the question again. What are the things that Shanu was too small for? Shanu was too small to walk to school alone, to carry the baby to the park, to make dosas at the stove, and to carry the baby on her back. So there are 4 things that Shanu was too small to do. So I repeat this answer again. You repeat after me, children. Number 1, Shanu was too small to walk to school alone. Shanu was too small to walk to school alone. Number 2, to carry the baby to the park. Repeat, children. To carry the baby to the park. Number 3, to make dosas at the stove. To make dosas at the stove. And the last one, number 4, to carry the baby on her back. Repeat, children. To carry the baby on her back. Now I'll read the third question. Why was Shanu puzzled? Can you give the answer for this question, children? Because she could not too big and too small all at once. That's why she was puzzled. So what is the answer, children? She was puzzled because she could not be too big and too small all at once. Now I am reading the fourth question, children. What does Ammi say Shanu is just right for? What does Ammi say Shanu is just right for? What does Ammi say, children? Ammi said Shanu is big enough to go to school. What is the answer, children? Shanu is big enough to go to school. I repeat this answer again. Shanu is big enough to go to school. Now I am reading the fifth question. Is Shanu the right size to go for a walk with Dadu? Why? Is Shanu the right size to go for walks with Dadu? Why? Can Shanu go for walk with Dadu, children? Yes, because she can walk on her own. So she can go with Dadu. So what is the answer, children? Yes, because she can walk on her own. Repeat the answer, children. Yes, because she can walk on her own. Children, now think and answer. Section B, think and answer. Now I am reading the first one. At home, you are told that you are too big or too small for some things. How do you feel about it? I repeat the question again. At home, you are told that you are too big or too small for some things. How do you feel about it? How do you feel, children? You may feel bad Isn't it, children? For example, when your cousin is allowed to spread the jam on his bread, and the same thing when you are not allowed to do so, you feel bad or not, children? Some children may get angry also. Why can't I do this, like that? You may argue with your parent. Isn't it, children? Now I am reading the next question. Shanu wants to write a letter to her aunt, telling her about her confusion. Help her write the letter. I repeat the question again. Shanu wants to write a letter to her aunt, telling her about her confusion. Help her write the letter. So try to write the letter, children. Children, you must write these question and answers in your English notebook. Already I have sent for the first and second lessons. Now I'll send for this third lesson. So copy the question and answers in your English notebook, children. Now let us learn the new words. Children, put your finger in the box words to know and repeat the words after me, children. Now I am reading the first one. Puzzled, confused, unable to understand. Puzzled, confused, unable to understand. So these are the meanings for puzzled. Now I am reading the next one. All at once, at the same time. What is the meaning of all at once? At the same time. Now I am reading the next one. Wonders, things to understand. Wonders, things to understand. What is the meaning of wonders, children? Things to understand. Now I am reading the next one. Perfect, just right. Perfect, just right. Now the last word. Warm, loving. Warm, loving. So what is the meaning of warm, children? Loving. Now it's time for homework. Write question and answers in your English notebook, children. See you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.